there is a critical point in every goat farm where losses happen. Most of the farmers don't capture it at that point, and the painful part of it is not all about disease or bad luck. It is about this simplest two mistake that we make that has cost us a lot at the farm. So guys, I've been there before. I've lost animal. I've learned the hard way. That's why I'm sharing you this message so that like we don't make the same mistake again. So guys, as I stated earlier on, this video is about to be insane from start up to finish. So if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you'll be part of this amazing family. So guys, stay tuned. With that being said, let's get on with this video. Hello everyone, it's a beautiful morning right here at the farm, and for those who don't know, we are coming live from northern Uganda. Just to be specific, we are in Amur district. So guys, like to make everyone come with that on the same pace, we started this very farm we are in with just only 15 animals. 2 years down the road, now we have hundreds of animals. So guys, looking 2 years down the road, it is just crazy seeing what we have now. So guys, like today mainly we are focusing on these two major slim and just like a very small mistakes that we make earlier on when we are starting our goat farm, simply because like we don't understand this thing very well, and then just like we take it like slightly, and at the end of the day it's going to cost us a lot at our goat farm. Yeah, so guys, today mainly we are going to focus on breeding and weaning. So to make you understand it very well, we are going to start with this scenario that happened for us here at the farm. So guys, like so looking back when I started like this very farm 2 years down the road, like I started with 15 animals. So during the our first season, all the 14 animals like got pregnant and they gave us kid, right? So like I was really very happy when like we received a lot of kids during our first season. Then in the second season, like only half of the number conceived, right? They got pregnant. Like there were only 7 that gave birth for us, like during our second season, simply because like I was very ignorant about this issue of breeding and weaning. So the greatest mistake that I made at that particular point was like leaving the back just like to be constant with the rest of the female. Yeah, so at the end of the day, like the back got used to the animals, to the females, and then like when it was time for breeding, like only 7 got pregnant. Yeah, and then like that was the problem number 1. Then there was problem number 2, like I never did weaning. Yeah, so there was poor weaning. So when these other 7 animals were giving birth, these other 7 remaining females that were not pregnant, the kids were still suckling. So that was like a poor approach that cost us a lot back then. So from there on, I learned this aspect of breeding and weaning. That's why in this video I'm going to share with you breeding and weaning, so that you understand it in depth, so that you don't make the same mistake that like we made earlier on when we started this farm. So guys, like to start with it, like we are going to start with breeding. Yeah, so guys, breeding in simply is like, for someone who don't know what a breeding is, in a simple layman language, is like breeding is just simply making kids, right? It is making kid. But if you want to understand it, like if you want like to have a little bit of like agricultural and scientific meaning of it, it means like it is when you introduce a male goat to mate with a female goat, so that the female goat get pregnant in order for it like to give birth to a kid. Yeah, so that is simply what we call breeding. So if you dive in more into breeding, so I want you to understand, in breeding we are going to look at both aspects of both the female and then the male goat. So let's start with this side of of the male goat. As you look around from that mistake that I made, I decided all our male goat will never mix with the rest of the herd. So for us here at the farm, we are doing what we call zero grazing for them. And if you cannot do zero grazing, you are going to do what we were at the beginning. We started with tethering. Yeah, we tied in on a rope. We give them a separate area where we tie them from, so that like they like browse and graze from there. So we did that simply because like we want them like what to never get used to the female, so that like when we introduce them, like they have high libido and like they're strong, they get the job done within the what, within the little possible. That is what we do. So guys, as you see, like, or when we started with one back, but right now we have like 4 backs of different percentage. We have like 50%, we have like 65%, we have like 70%, we have 75, and then like we have also what our like a pure breed right here with us. Just look, yeah. So we keep them separate. So the aspect of male still, like there are specific age category. When you're introducing your back, you want to your back to have like what a specific age, like so that like when you introduce them, they like they get the job done. So one thing most people make is like they introduce their back when they what? They are too young. So for us here at the farm, we introduce our back when they are at least like what? Like 1 year and above, yeah? Yeah. So as you can see, like we have like a number of back at the farm, yeah? So that like in case one is not performing well, we just like we just shift it. It's just like a backup generator for us here at the farm. For the males, if they are 1 year, we make sure that like all of them like what they are strong, they have all the character. It is not all about just like what putting like a male goat there and you think you're going to achieve your goal as a farmer, because like first of all you have to look at the genetic, you have to look at the percent, because like you want to improve the percent of your herd, right? Yeah, as we always say, an entrepreneur should start with what they have. Like you shouldn't wait like until like maybe like you make like I have this money and then I can buy a pure. Like for us here at the farm, we started with 50%, but now as we talk, we have like got 100% pure back at the farm. So it didn't stop us to start at that particular point. But the main point is like you make sure you have what better genetics, so that like when you're breeding your animal, you know at the end of the day, the kid they're going to produce is going to have good genetic. That is for the what for the male goats. So if it's definitely for the female goats, when you're breeding, you make sure your female goats at least they have these few characters. Number one, all your female goats that you're going to introduce your back to should have at least 1 year and above. Yeah, they should at least be 1 year and above. The reason being, if you introduce your female goat to a back when they are too young, like they are first, it is going to cost you a lot at the time of what giving birth. Like they're going to give birth to small kids, and if you give birth to small kid, those kids they are going to struggle with growth in life, right? At the end of the day, they are going to still remain small throughout, and if any slight mistake happen, most of them they die. Yeah, so you make sure all your goats they are 1 year and above. As you can see, like this is our breeding stock, and inside here we have at least like around 40, yeah, like around 40 female goats. All of them they are above 1 year, simply because like we know now the effect. It is like we have learned that like if you introduce your back to a young female, it's going to cost a lot. That's why like we make sure that for us here at the farm, all our female goat before introducing they have what? They have reached 1 year. That's number one. Number two, all your female goat they should at least obtain at least like what 60 to 70% of their body weight, simply because like if you introduce a back to a female have lost a lot of weight, these things will happen. Like first of all, they give birth to small kid, as most of the time abortion will always happen and miscarriage. You see like in this animal like what when they have problem with their body tend like to preserve themselves very well, and their body is always wise, right? Like you find like when the mother is not eating well and the body score is not good, like body will always prioritize the second life, that's the baby, right? Like the baby is going to start picking from the reserve of the mother. Yeah, at the end of the day now the mother is going to get even what it is going to lose more weight at the end of the day to some extent. If now the mother is about to die, the body will now know that like they cannot handle this second life, they will got abort. Yeah, that's why like sometimes like if you look at the causes of abortion at your farm, you may not even get it. Maybe like simply because like what your mother has a poor body score, right? That's why like no, the body now cannot tolerate the second life. That's why they are abort. So for us here, like we make sure that way all our goats at least they have what acquired like 65% of their body weight before introducing our back. So those are like the two major characteristics that we have at the farm that before we forget, the third one is like we never introduce our back to older females, simply because like most of these older females, they have problem with what, with milk production. You find like two old goats, like at the end of their life, like they tend like not to produce enough milk when they give birth. That it has cost us a lot. As I told you earlier on, like when I started this farm, like I made a huge mistake, like by buying animals of different age bracket. Yeah, I was having the old, I was having the young at the same time. So these old goats, like they have started like not like to produce enough milk when they have given birth, and it has cost us a lot. That is our characteristic in what female goats when you are what doing this aspect of breeding. Yeah, so guys, like breeding is key, and if you capture it very well, you will really understand like the profit of this business. So there are mainly what two different type of breeding. So we have what we call like what natural breeding, whereby we just put your animal there. It is just whom it may concern. It can breed and it can just like not breed at any point. Yeah. So like if you put your male goat like there to whom it may concern, without you looking after, yeah, mixing together with the females just throughout the year, it is what we call what natural breeding. It is just like what the male goat is just roaming together with our male goats. So that's what we call what natural breeding. And then the second type of breeding is what we call selective breeding. It is the one which is recommended for anyone who is doing goat farm actually business, simply because it is in this type of breeding whereby you are going to introduce your back at a specific time. In other words, like it is also called what we call seasonal breeding. Oh yeah. So selective breeding, it is whereby you introduce your back at a specific time, so that like all your female give birth at the same time. In other words, we also talk about this at natural synchronization. Natural synchronization is like when you have like a group of female goats there that are about to be bred, and then like you introduce your male goat, so that like all those female goats, they will be bred at a specific time, so that like you produce the numerous number of kids within the specific time for easy handling. That's why we encourage every farmer out there should do what we call natural synchronization. So guys, that is basically about breeding. So I hope someone have understood breeding and how important breeding is at the farm for them. So guys, like let's talk about weaning right now. For those who don't understand weaning simply mean stopping your goat kids from taking milk. But to be specific, it is stopping your goat kid from taking milk. That is like a simplest definition of weaning. So guys, when we're doing weaning also come in like in different categories. Yeah. So basically, like we have like weaning separate for male goats, and then weaning separate for female goats. Before we dive in there, like let's talk about the different type of weaning. So basically, also like as we talk about breeding, there are two different type of weaning. So there's what abrupt weaning. So abrupt weaning is when like you decide like just today like you want to wean your animal, and then like what you just wean your animal abruptly like that. That is not like a good weaning method for a farmer outside there to practice. So we are not going to encourage you to practice abrupt weaning. So instead, we are going to do this second type of weaning, of which it is called gradual weaning. So gradual weaning is like you are going to start introducing your animal to the process of weaning way earlier, when they have just like above like 2 weeks, and then 1 month and above. So in these scenarios, when your animal have given birth to, like you make sure that like in their earlier 2 weeks, you make sure that like they just like they take they take milk, all if possible, like most of the time, yeah, is like around like 3 to 4 times a day. Yeah. So when they hit like 2 weeks and above, you start like into like reducing the number of time they take milk in a day, like for example maybe like twice a day. Yeah. So like in that process, like you have started the process of weaning slowly. So in their 2 weeks of life, you make sure then like they start nippling on this dry crust. So simply because like you want like to introduce them to what is going to happen in their later life, like because like they are not going to feed on milk, like throughout their lifetime. Yeah, because like they're going to feed on the grasses, right? So like if you introduce that process slowly by reducing the time or exposure like what for them, so that like what they take milk, it is going to be like very very grateful. So basically that is what we call like what gradual weaning. And gradual weaning, it is a one which is what encouraged, so that like every farmer outside there should practice it, because it is very 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 good. So those are like basically the two different type of weaning that every good farmer outside there should practice. So basically for weaning also, as I stated earlier on, we have different aspect of weaning our goats, like what our kids at the farm. So like for example, let's start with the with the male goats. So most of the male goat tend like to grow faster than female goat, if you notice, right? Like most time male goat tend to go faster than the female goats. So in that scenario, we are going to win them very earlier than the female goats. So most of the time male goat will win them at 3 months. Like we separate them from the rest of the kid. Now they start the process of what we call weaning. So during that weaning process, like what they are not now they are not now focusing on the milk. They are purely, we are feeding them on the grass. That's why at the farm here, as you can see, like we have this specific section. It is what we call like our weaning compartment, whereby after when our kids are like what have hit that required age like for weaning, now we separate them from their mother, so they basically be here, and then like their mother regain their body condition for the next breeding season. So that is specifically for the male kid. Then for the female kid, now this time like most of these female kids, they tend to grow a little bit slower. So like for them, like we take their weaning to be at 4 months. Yeah, so at 4 months, that is when what we introduce them serious weaning. That is will be like what, like for mainly here at the farm we do like zero grazing. So like the period of weaning here, it is varies. Remember when we started this farm, we started weaning them for 2 weeks, then we take them back and it was not effective. Then we increased now to 1 month. Yeah, it was effective but not all that effective. But this time now we are going to wean them like what until like they reach like what 6 months, until they reach 6 months of their life. So they're going to spend most of their time in that weaning section, where they're going to be weaned properly. Simply because like if you give like the weaning window like to be like too small, again they will go back to the rest of the animal, and then they will start like what taking the milk again, of which like that is not really very 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 good for us farmer there, because immediately when they continue to suckle the milk, most of the time their mother will not come back on heat, and then at the end of the day they are not going to conceive, and then you're going to make what we call losses. So basically that's what we call winning, and these are like the two major mistake that like we don't understand earlier on when we are starting this project, and it has cost us a lot as goat farmers outside there. So guys, I'm telling you, if you understand these two aspects of breeding and winning very well, you are going to make a lot of kids, and then you're going to appreciate me later.